Hello and welcome to Learn with Miss B. I'm Miss B and I'm here to help you learn English in the most simple, easy, and adult way possible. So today we are going over the basics. They are the words we use most commonly in English to express questions. So today you will understand who, what, when, where, why, which, and how. It sounds like a lot. It's not, I promise. I got you. So I hope you're ready to learn something, and let's dive into the WH questions, plus how. Our first word is who. Repeat it after me. Who. Who asks about a person and only for people. For example, who are you calling? Or who are you going to the movies with? So remember, every time you hear the word who, you know it is about a person, he or she, never it. Now, if who only refers to people, then our next word of what refers to things. Now, let's move on to what. Repeat it after me. What? What refers to things, objects, or ideas. So for an example about a thing, you could say, what is this? It's a plant. But what can also be used to discuss ideas. For example, what do you think of this movie? Or what do you like to eat? So what is always referring to a thing, an object, or an idea. Our next one is where. Repeat after me. Where. Where refers to a location. So a place, for example, a city, a town, a location. Honestly, any place can be where. For example, where do you live? Or where did you come from? Where is the word we use when we also can't find something. For example, where are my car keys? Or where is the cat? If I ask you, where is the cat? You can say to me, it's on the chair. Now, the next one of when refers to time, like clock time, but it can also refer to dates. So, for example, I could ask you, when is your birthday? You could tell me, it's August 1st, 1997. Or I could ask you, when is class? You could tell me, it's at 9 o'clock. So whenever you want to ask about a time, you make sure to use the word when. Repeat it after me. When. The next word we have is why. Repeat it after me. Why. Why asks for a reason, so a purpose, a meaning to something. For example, why are you smiling? You can say, because I am happy. Because always goes with why. Why? Because. Because gives us a reason. So actually repeat that word too. Because. It's pronounced like because. For another example, why are you learning English? Because I want to speak to my friends. So anytime you're looking for a reason or understanding, make sure to ask the word why. Our last W question is kind of funny. It's the word which. Repeat after me. Which. It's actually pronounced the same way we say witch, like for Halloween costumes or the scary old lady on a broomstick. But which in this term means to choose something, to make a choice, or to show a preference. For example, I can ask you, which one is your bag? You can tell me, the red one. The word which always indicates a choice will be made. Finally, we have our last question word, which does not begin with a W. It actually begins with an H. The word is how. Repeat after me. How. How asks for a method or a way of something. For example, how do I make coffee? Well, someone would give me directions in response. How do I speak English? You watch my videos, that's how. But we often hear how in the common phrase, how are you? How are you basically means, how do you feel? How are you? How is life? For a final example, when you were just a little kid, you learned how to tie your shoes. In response, you can say, I will show you how. How always refers to the method, the manner, the instructions, or the way you do something. So hopefully you have a little bit better of an understanding of the definitions of each of these words, but allow me to practice with you some conversation. Before we go into this conversation, I want to hear that pronunciation at least one more time. So repeat after me. Who? What? When? Where? Why? Which? How? Perfect. You sounded amazing. Perfect. So now I want to practice a common English conversation with you that you will likely have with other American adults or English-speaking adults. So let's look at this conversation together and repeat after me. I'll walk you through your part, I'll tell you my part, and then we'll practice it together. So for this conversation, you're welcome to read the script I provide to you and repeat after me for pronunciation. Or if you feel confident, you can come up with your own answers and respond to me however you please. I will read for Miss B and you will read for the student, but I'm not just gonna make you do it right away. Let's practice pronunciation by walking through the script together. To begin, I will ask, what do you do? This is referring to work. Most Americans will say, what do you do? Instead of, where do you work? You reply, I work in a store. I work in a store. The next question I will ask you is, where do you live? You reply, I live in New York. I live in New York. Third question, who is your boss? You reply, her name is Sarah. Her name is Sarah. When do you start work? At 8 a.m. At 8 a.m. Little tricky. Next question. Why do you study English? You reply, because I want a better job. Because I want a better job. Next question. Which days are you free? You reply, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Last question, how do you come to work? You reply, by subway. So now we're going to practice the script all together, so be sure to be ready for your part. Let's go. Hi, what do you do? Oh, where do you live? I used to live there. Who is your boss? I know, Sarah. When do you start work? Okay. Why do you study English? Oh, I can help you. Which days are you free? Okay. And how do you get to work? Me too. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this video is short, sweet, and to the point. I know we're all adults here, we have no time to waste. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me, and I hope it helps you understand English a little bit more, especially when you need to ask a question or if someone asks you a question. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.